This is Alan Jackson interview on the bus at the Saddlerack on September 10, 1990. Alan Jackson, welcome to San Jose.
Well, thank you.
Ever been this way before?
I've been, out Los Angeles, and I've never been up, towards San Francisco before. We played in Seattle this weekend and came down the coast to here, so it was pretty dry.
It's been great weather for it. So
yeah.
You've had a phenomenal amount of success in a very short amount of time. Tell me, it's almost like a Cinderella story, it seems like to me. Was it the overnight success that took 10 years to happen, or in a nutshell, tell me how it happened?
The success that we've had has been fast, but getting to the point where you can start having that success, took a few years and hard work. I've been in Nashville for 4 years before I ever got a record deal, which was a year ago, and those were pretty long years. But compared to a lot of people's stories, that was relatively short time, I think. So I have been lucky in that respect.
What would you say was the thing that was your big break?
Boy, it's hard to narrow it down to one thing. I guess if I had picked one thing, I would say Barry Coben, who was my manager. I got hooked up with him about 2 years ago, and after several tries at trying to get record labels' attention, I think once he took over working with me, he just kind of turned things around and really encouraged me as a songwriter and hooked me up with a lot of writers that, that put me in a position to come up with some better songs, probably. And some of the songs are on the album, for instance, and he just put the whole package together, and eventually got 2 or 3 record labels interested, which we ended up going with Arista. So
picking the best of all.
I think he was, if I had to pick one thing, there's so many things that came together that caused it to happen, from years ago until recently, so it's hard to say. But
your songwriting, obviously a fabulous songwriter. You wrote everything, almost everything.
Well,
you did write everything on Here in the Railroad. Wrote or co-wrote, right. Who else has covered a song of yours?
Nobody.
Okay.
I think we had a guy from Canada cut a thing recently that was a top 10 record or something up there. I hadn't heard it. I was kind of lucky from that point, because I was hooked up with Glenn Campbell's little publishing company, and I was like the only writer they had for all those years. So they were trying to help me get a record deal at the same time. So the songs that I had a chance to write or co-write in the last few years, they let me hold on to
you
them.
Got to keep the best for your album.
Which, like, for instance, Home song on the album, it's real personal to me. I started writing that song the first month I moved to Nashville 5 years ago, and that song, so it's old, and Wanted, which is the latest single, just went #1.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was just, I've had that song for probably 2.5 years, I don't remember now. So it's, had we pitched them, I don't know if they'd ever gotten cut by anybody else, but I'm glad that we didn't.
They were just too personal. They had your signature, and that was...
And the one song that we really did let slip away there one time was Here in the Real World. The guy on Warner Brothers was going to cut it, and it was going to be a single, and then things happened. He never did do anything, and he ended up losing his record deal or something. But
it's fate.
So I got it back about the time I got my deal with Arista, so it's funny.
So what, for all of the things that have happened now, you're nominated for 4 CMA Awards, and I'm positive as the ACM rolls around in April that you'll be up for those too. And what next? What else do you want to do?
I don't know. I told somebody a year recently, they asked that same question. Caught up to all my goals quick here this year. I haven't had a chance to really make any new ones, but there's still so much ground to cover just for the records, and I hope this album keeps selling, and we'll try to continue to write as much as we can and get ready for the next album, and just I just want to make a long-term career out of it.
Yeah.
And just I enjoy touring, and of course I want to keep doing that.
That's wonderful. Well, I know you've got a show to do, and I thank you for giving me the time, and best of luck on October the 8th.
Thank you very much.
Yep, you're most welcome. Melissa McConnell for the Ray Nelson Show.